hello there. How are you? Would you like some hot chocolate? No? It's good. Okay, fine. Anyways, so here's the deal. We're gonna react to some more Christmas horror shorts. I'll leave a link in the description for the creators of these shorts. Thank y'all for letting me watch y'all's video. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna watch like probably 3 or 4 of them, and then we'll call it a wraps. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. And with that being said, let's get it.
Last winter, my brother and I went to a small cabin owned by our uncle in the mountain valley.
Why they look like that?
We drove for 3 hours to reach the place. The area
By the way,
was
this
so
isn't a
stranded
Christmas one,
that
it's a
the
winter
closest
one.
hotel was
Same
70
thing, though.
kilometers away, but we were young and wanted to stay close to nature.
Okay.
My brother and I are both trained skiers, so upon reaching, all we wanted to do was go skiing in the thick white snow. We honked our horns and got down of the car. A teenage boy, about 15 to 16 years old, came out running from the cabin.
Why did they make them look like they're dead already? That's so nasty. That man's eye ain't even open all the way. How am I supposed to know he alive? Not with them looking like that. Oh my goodness.
A teenage boy, about 15 to 16 years old, came out running
so
from the
nasty.
cabin. He was very young
Why he
and had
running
a
like
smile
that?
on his face. His eyes looked sleepy though, like he was tired. He took our luggage and showed us the way in. My brother and I entered the cabin.
Oh, they all don't look like that.
It was
He
a
just looked
small,
like that.
common cabin in the woods. There was a fireplace in the room, and in the corner was wood piled up for it.
It gets really cold at night,
the boy said in a calm voice. My brother told him that we were going skiing, so it would be good if he could prepare dinner for us.
I can't get over what they look like.
The boy smiled and nodded his head. We got dressed in our skiing clothes, took our equipment, and started gliding down the woods. All the trees were bare, robbed straight out of their leaves. The white snow
kinda
was
confused.
sparkling as the sun's rays.
Did they just tell
fell
that
on
little
them.
boy what to do?
We were going slow because the wind was really cold, and we were
Why?
halfway in the woods when the snowfall began.
let's take a break, then we'll head back.
I said to my brother. He agreed, and we grabbed our skis and poles and started walking to this big
Why
tree.
he look
buried
like
in
that,
snow.
bro?
Suddenly, we heard a sound, almost like a small grunt, and we stopped. Next to that tree stood a man. He was looking up at the sky. The snowflakes were
What the
falling on his
freak?
face. We could only see his long neck and pointy shoulders. He didn't move. I looked at
that
my
man
brother.
is frozen.
Both of us were feeling a little freaked out. The man was behaving so weirdly.
You don't even look alive.
I gestured to my brother to slowly step back without disturbing him and go back to our cabins fast. We took 3 steps back when I accidentally
Oh
stepped
my
on a
God.
twig. It crunched and the man looked down at us. His eyes were glowing like a wolf. There was blood smeared all over his mouth.
How they know that's
For
blood?
the first time, I noticed his right hand. He was punching a dead rabbit. Its stomach was ripped open and its entrails hanging out. The man wiped the blood off his face.
All right,
with his
well,
other
we know how
hand, and
they
he
knew it's blood.
smiled ear to ear. I heard my brother scream.
Stefan, now! Run! Run! Run!
I started.
But they booking it.
We didn't see if the man followed us. Breathing and panting like a dog, we came back to the cabin. We slammed the door.
See, that's
and
what's wrong with
double-locked it.
one-story cribs.
The teenage boy realized something was wrong. He came out of the kitchen, and I yelled.
Call the cops now! Why? What happened, sir? Stefan, there's no network in my phone.
I checked my phone as well.
Oh, yeah, they're
my
done.
brother was right.
First of all, what did that man do to
The
y'all?
lines are dead here, sir. It's the snow.
The boy replied in a calm voice.
Did anything happen, sir?
He asked. I was going to tell him, but then my brother stopped me. He thought the boy will get scared and leave us there. So we told him we heard a wild
really know
animal
what
in
to
the
do.
woods. He kept cooking quietly. After
I
half
like
an
how
hour,
calm
when we
that
have
man
calmed
is.
down, we felt embarrassed. So we stopped thinking about the man and went to our rooms to freshen up. A few minutes later, when we came out for dinner, suddenly the light went off.
Bruh.
A heavy snowstorm had started outside. I
Why
could
can't
hear
they
the
just
glass
leave, bro?
windows trembling with the mad wind.
That's what I would
Hello?
do. Freak
Where
that.
are you? What was his name? We never asked his name.
My brother and I were looking for the teenage boy when suddenly we heard footsteps. Someone was outside our cabin.
Yeah, that boy's cooked.
My brother and I slowly turned our heads towards the big window right beside the fireplace, and the lights hit. Was outside our living room window, resting his bloody palm on the glass and planting his face on it in a distorted way while staring
Can't even
dead
tell
at
if that's
us.
a human, bro.
He slowly opened his mouth and started licking the blood smeared around his red tongue. His eyes never blinked. Pupils never moved. My voice died down my throat. I was stiff as ice.
Bro.
That's when the boy walked in like he was hiding there all this time.
Any problem, sir? It's him. He's the one we saw in the woods. Oh, him?
The boy casually walked to the window, put his hand on the glass like he adored this freak, and looked back at us. His face got the same grin this man gave us the first time.
He's my dad. There's nothing wrong with him. What? You don't need to be scared of him. He's harmless once he is done eating.
I grabbed the car keys from the wall and pulled my brother's hand and opened the door to run to our car. We didn't care that we were barefoot. We didn't bother that we had no warm clothes on, just in our night pajamas, because all we wanted was to live. We heard the boy laughing and screaming.
This is the problem.
There's nothing wrong with him. He just loves to hunt for his food.
The engine rumbled and we got back to the road.
See, look. Look at him. Look at him. They look happy to you? They look like they're having a good time being adventurous? No. Stop being adventurous. How many times I gotta say that? Look like this irritate my soul.
And opened the door to run out to our car. We didn't care that we were
look at y'all. Y'all wanted to have fun. Now look at you.
Warm clothes
don't be complaining
just
now.
in our night pajamas, because all we wanted was to live.
He gonna bite your ankles.
We heard the boy laughing and screaming.
There's nothing wrong with him. He just loves to hunt for his food.
Some good voice acting.
The engine rumbled and we got back to the road. Our luggage was inside, but that was no time to go back for.
Bro, so they got away?
We drove for about 2 hours and found the next hotel.
No, don't.
The snowstorm made it excessively risky
to
drive,
I didn't remember
but
that.
there was no way we were staying with this psycho father-son duo.
Yeah, I'm only
Once
2 hours
we reached
away.
safety, we called our uncle to inform him about this caretaker boy and his father.
Why didn't y'all call the cops?
What my uncle said gave me chills. No caretaker or third-party employee ever worked on that property. The keys are always under the porch rug. The fact that we stayed with a stranger who appeared like nothing but psychos made me sweat in terror.
I could have guessed
I gave the phone
that.
to my brother because I had had enough for the night. He explained everything that had happened in the cabin and informed him about this boy and his father. He called the cops, and the next morning we went to the cabin with them.
What the frick is wrong with y'all?
No one was there. Our luggage was gone. Most likely they took them. We had no money, no clothes, and not even our shoes. The place was swept clean. We called our dad, and he came the second day to pick us up from the motel and also pay the bills. I still remember that incident with dread. God knows what.
I'm not scared of a man that's shaped like that. Why he got them hip bones like that? He looked like he weighed probably 90 pounds in the top and then probably like 160 on the bottom. I'm not scared of that. Next video.
I don't know who might be on the other end of this, but if you're listening to this
is
message,
a great way to start.
then I might already be dead. I know. You think I'm being too dramatic, but I promise you, I'm really not.
Y'all can't say that's not cool.
Something seriously messed up is going on.
Okay, all right, we get it.
Something dark and twisted. And now that I've found out, I don't think they'll let me get out of here alive. I can hear them outside hunting for me.
She's in a crib.
It's so dark. I'm hiding in a closet, and I don't know how much time I have left, so... Okay.
Let me put my drink down before I spill this.
Deep breaths. I must sound freaking crazy to you. And maybe I am.
I'm scared they're gonna stop her
story. I'd like you
story.
to hear me out, okay? Please just hear me out. My name is Abigail Walters. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a senior at William.
My name is Walter White. I live on something street. I don't know the quote. I was trying to be cool. I'm sorry.
My name is Abigail Walters.
They gonna end the
I'm
video
17
while
years
she's
old,
talking.
and I'm a senior at William Davis High, and
I called it.
you know what? That isn't important. I don't have time to go into all the details. I'll try, but
This
think
is
I should
a
focus on
great
telling you
way
how
to
I got
keep us
here.
in.
The winter break just rolled around, and school is out for the next few weeks. Everyone was excited. I mean, who isn't excited about Christmas?
10 out of 10
The
start.
lights, the snow, Mariah Carey. The holidays were set to go great. Until
Mariah's
last
still
week.
making money from that song,
You
which is
see, I
crazy.
live alone with my mom. Always have, for as long as I can remember. My father was just some drunk who ran away a couple of years after I was born.
That is tough. If I don't stop getting freaking ads, god dang.
Always have, for as long as I
Y'all
can
don't
remember.
see the amount of
My father
ads
was
I
just
have to
some
cut out of
drunk
these
who ran away a
videos.
couple of years after I was born.
That's tough.
It's just been me and my mom since then, and we've always spent Christmas together. This year, though, it was
She
different.
looked just like her mama,
Mom
too.
got a fancy new job at some insurance company in town a few months ago, and the company called her up to attend a 2-week conference out of town over the holidays.
Dang.
She was flown out across the country,
Dang.
leaving me all alone at home for Christmas.
Dang.
She had wanted me to tag along with her, but attending a corporate conference halfway across the country
wouldn't even have to
sounded
go.
even
You could just
more
chill.
dreary than spending the holiday alone.
Okay,
So I told her I'd stay.
that's tough.
Why on earth did I tell her that? If only I hadn't.
Man, this is a great way
It's
to
no
keep
use
us involved, bro.
Tears won't save me now. I've got to stay strong. Okay. Deep breaths.
She do not sound like she's taking deep breaths.
So, before Mom left, Caroline Baker came over for dinner at our place.
Yo, Caroline. I don't know. Sorry.
Caroline Baker
I'm
came over
messing
for
with the
dinner at our
green
place.
pants.
Caroline is, well, I don't know who Caroline is anymore. She used to be my best friend.
Dang.
We met in freshman year, and we've been super tight ever since. She'd spend every winter with
Yo,
her family
best
in the
friend
woods.
breakups are
Her parents liked to
tough,
hunt.
bro.
She said it was a family tradition, something they'd been doing for ages, apparently.
What?
They'd built a nice little cottage in the woods where they'd camp out for about a
And
week.
she looks just
before
like her mama,
driving back
too.
to town when Christmas was over. This time, Caroline offered to take me along. It was a no-brainer. With Mom being gone and Caroline offering, it was the
I'm not
only
going in the
logical
woods
course of
with
action for me to
with
take.
nobody, bro.
A fun Christmas in the woods with my best friend and her family.
Yeah, they're bugging.
What could go wrong? We've been searching the house for almost an hour now, Dad. Where is she?
Patience, love. She's still in here. I'm sure of that.
Maybe you're mistaken. Picking up an old scent or something?
Nah, it's her. You don't forget the smell of young blood. It's different.
What in the
Richer.
freak are we watching?
Trust me, she's close.
All right, then. But I'll be damned if I spend another 30 minutes searching for her when there's stew getting cold in the kitchen. We can always warm the stew back up. Not a big deal. But this...
The whole family a part of
No
it?
use standing around. Let's keep looking.
Obviously. Bro, this is a crazy storytelling.
That was close. Too close.
So we
if
already
I'm
know what
being
happened.
honest.
Her friend
I
was
left home on
a
the night of the
creepy-
21st. Caroline came to pick me
Never
up.
mind.
We hung out at her house for a couple of hours before her parents got back from work. They were so happy to see me. Looking back now,
Look how they looking at her though. Y'all don't think that look creepy? You don't give nobody a hug with them eyes looking like that. You should know better.
we hung out at her house for a couple of hours before her parents got back from work.
That's disgusting.
They were so happy to see me.
See, that's nasty.
Looking back now, it felt a bit unnatural. Their excitement was so out of place. Parents don't usually get that excited when their kids' friends come over.
That's facts.
But then again, it had been quite a while since I went over to Caroline's place, and so I thought...
Nah.
I don't know what I thought.
What?
I remember Mrs. Baker flicking my hair when she hugged me. And I couldn't be sure at the time, but now I'm pretty sure I heard Mr. Baker's stomach rumble.
That is disgusting.
Like he was hungry or something. I should have known something was wrong back then. I should have made up some excuse.
She's not gonna
right
make it,
then
I don't
and
think.
Bolted out their front door. But no, I stayed. On the morning of the 22nd, Mr. Baker informed us that we'd be driving up to their cabin in the woods. Caroline had told me once that usually they left town on Christmas Eve. That was the second red flag. We were leaving 3 days early, and it was frantic.
Yeah, that's tough.
Almost desperate. When I asked Caroline about the change, she simply told me that plans had changed. What plans? I had no idea. But I tagged along regardless.
Yeah, you're dumb.
This was my best friend. I had nothing to fear. I remember pulling up into the dirt track that led to the cabin and seeing it for the first time.
Let me say something
It
real
stood
quick.
at
Hold
the
on.
end of the narrow road.
How you best friends with somebody since freshman year? Freshman year of high school. You ain't get that vibe not one time that her parents or herself is off? I refuse to believe it. I refuse. I'm sorry. There's no way. Bro, you know how many days of the year you at school? That means you with that girl at least 1 period, maybe 2 periods a day. Even if you don't have a period with her, you still hanging out with her during in between classes. Man, get that out of my face, bro. I don't believe that.
This was my best friend. I had nothing to fear.
Not smart at all.
I remember pulling up into the dirt track that led to the cabin and seeing
And it's
it for the
secluded
first
too.
time.
She
It
got
stood
nowhere
at
to
the
go.
end of the
She's
narrow
done.
road. Its dark
done.
windows like gaping sores on a corpse. I remember our conversation on the way to the house.
You're dumb.
Real quiet, isn't it? Yeah, that's why we love it. The perfect place for a hunt. At this point, I knew something was definitely wrong.
Oh God, you should have
They
known.
lit the candles in the cabin and led me to the dinner table. The next thing I felt was a strike to my head.
Chill.
By some blunt object. I think it was a candelabra. I didn't really get a good look at it before I passed out. I woke up in the kitchen sometime later, strapped to a creaky wooden table in a
Oh, they about to
kitchen.
gut her like a
In the
freaking
dark,
deer.
I could make out forms of what looked like other humans.
Oh!
The tables in the
Oh, they
kitchen.
got other people?
None of them were moving. My breath caught in my throat. I tried to wiggle my way out, but the binds would not budge.
I swear to God,
Mrs.
bro.
Baker walked into the kitchen, sharpening a pair of butchering knives.
My God.
Little Caroline brought us a good one this year, didn't she? We always wanted a taste of you.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. She should have been peeked this.
Oh, yes.
What you get?
How juicy you'll be in the stew. Mrs. Baker,
Gonna make me into a
what are
stew?
you doing? I don't understand.
Some respect on my name, bro.
Christmas came early, love. Perhaps not for you. But when we're done, I'm sure you won't mind one bit. She turned around to inspect a pot of stew with pieces of meat bubbling over a
gonna throw
fire.
up.
I gagged as soon as I realized what
Oh,
was
that's
going
disgusting.
on. These people were going to eat me. Mrs. Baker went to one of the other tables and began hacking and
Oh my
slicing.
God.
I saw an opportunity. These people
Yo,
were
she
going
chopping
to
that
eat
body
me.
up like it's
Mrs.
freaking.
Baker went to one of the other tables and began
Cooking
hacking
mama.
and slicing. I saw an opportunity in her absence.
No.
One leg of the table I was tied to was shaky, creaking in protest.
What is
as
that
I
gonna do?
struggled.
Your other feet are gonna be stuck though.
Luckily, as I was next to a wall, I managed to gently rock back and forth until I gathered enough momentum.
She
to
don't
push
hear
myself
that
off.
noise?
The table landed on its side with me still on it. It splintered with a loud crack, loosening the ropes that bound me.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Baker turned around when she heard the sound. She screamed like an animal and charged at me with her
Bruh!
knives. I reached for the broken leg of the wooden table.
better
and
walk
swung
the
at
freak
her
out of her.
head with all the force I could muster. She folded to the floor.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
didn't wait around to see the extent of the
That
damage.
is good work.
Bolted out of the kitchen and towards the front door. Unfortunately,
Bruh.
Carol and her dad were on the front porch. There was no way I could sneak by unnoticed.
I would push her
I had
over.
to get out of sight as soon as possible. So I ran upstairs to the attic. It was dark and dusty and quiet, but at least it was safe.
So she not gonna make it.
I found an old drawer big enough to crawl into, and I've been here ever since.
She's in a drawer.
Thankfully, my phone was still in my jacket pocket.
Oh my God,
It
that's
has
so
a low
dumb.
battery, and there's barely any signal out here, so I don't know what.
Look. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Get the freak out. Stop staying, bro. Bro, when y'all stay in one spot, you don't want to play hide and go seek, bro, in like a small area. You want to make your search area as big as possible because that is using more time that they have to look for you. Yes, it's a lot of time that you might like freeze to death or you might go hungry, but you would rather take that than the other, option, which is strapped to a table. So, bro, run.
So I ran upstairs to the attic.
See,
It
this
was
is not a
dark and
good
dusty
hiding
and
spot, bro.
quiet, but at least
This
it was
is not-
safe. I
this
found
ain't a
an
mansion,
old drawer
bro.
big enough to crawl into, and I've been here ever since.
And they gonna pull you
Thankfully,
out.
my phone was still in my
Like you a
jacket
new pair of
pocket.
socks.
It has a low battery and there's
to work.
barely any signal out here, so I don't know what good it'll do. At least I was able to tell this story. Maybe someone, sometime
done.
in the future will find it and hear my story. Or maybe not. It's just past midnight.
They won't hear your story.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm sore.
That's why you should have left.
I don't know how much longer I can hold out here. It's been a little over an hour and they haven't found me yet. Maybe they think I managed to run away, which is a good thing, I guess. But how on earth am I going to get out of here without being seen?
That's it. Bruh. No. Finish the story, bro, please. I will watch it. Thank you. Man, that last story was
Hey guys,
fire,
my name
bro.
is Robert. Maybe everyone who knows me around
Why are you
here
looking at
knows
you
that I'm
like
just
that?
another local doctor, but I used to work in the big
Bro.
city. When everyone knows that I worked in such a central and populated place, they all ask me, how could I go back to a small town, since the pay is less and the days are more boring? My answer is just simple. I did not come in search of tranquility, nor to be close to my family.
Hey,
I only came out of fear. Fear that those people who tried to kill me in the most cruel and ruthless
sometimes
way
boredom is
possible
good for you.
do not find out that I'm still alive and come to finish the job.
Why would you not get the police involved, bro?
It all started when I was just a nurse.
Man, people making
I just
mistakes left, right,
graduated from
left, right.
university and was one of those young aspiring doctors who would give everything for a chance to prove themselves. The dream of every newcomer was to save a person's life in a major
I
surgery.
could never do nothing like this,
But
bro.
all this doesn't happen until you have more experience. At this point, I was just inspecting medications or taking care of patients in intensive care. Make no mistake, I was happy with this. I knew it was part of the natural progression to being a great doctor, so I did my job to the best of my ability.
Yo, why you caked up in bed like that? You can't be depressed and caked up. They don't go together. Actually, they might go together. Never mind. Oh, snap.
One day, I was taking care
look
of a
mad.
patient. I was looking for the medicine to give him, but I noticed that there was no
Oh,
more
he
left,
looked mad. My
so I
bad.
had to go to the warehouse to get a new bottle. When I got there, I grabbed the small bottle of liquid and was about to go
Is that a
back,
car?
but I noticed something strange. Out of curiosity, I read the bottle and noticed that this medicine had expired more than 5 years ago.
Dang.
What? It can't be.
I grabbed more bottles to inspect them, and they all shared the same oddity. All of them had already expired many years ago. This had to be a mistake.
Is that bad?
I went to the director's room to inform him of this. Maybe it was a problem with the inventory. I knocked on the door, and from inside, a hurried voice was dispatched.
What do you want, Robert? It's not the best moment. Dr. Cole, there's an irregularity with a medication I'd like to show you. Not now, kid. I'm too busy.
And he simply left.
His eyes are pretty cool.
I was about to go back
But
and
it's
ask a
kinda messed
doctor
up.
what to do, but Dr. Cole's behavior made me very curious. He has always had a calm, relaxed, and careful.
Bro, that's y'all's problem, man. I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. I done said it twice already in this video, but I know I say it every freaking time. You know what? I'm not repeating myself. Y'all want to be curious, be curious. I don't really care no more.
But Dr. Cole's behavior made me very
I'm getting
curious.
tired of saying this,
He has
bro.
always had a calm, relaxed, and charismatic demeanor.
Not gonna learn, bro.
Besides,
The
not
last
now,
girl didn't
kid.
even make it. We don't even
The
know.
doctor always treats me very well, and several times he expressed to me that I am one of his favorite nurses. He would
That's what
never
everybody
treat
say.
me that way. Was there something wrong with him? Maybe he had a serious problem and I could help him. Without him seeing me, I followed him
Oh
to the
my
parking
God.
lot and from there to the back
This
exit
is not a
door.
good. This is not a
Dr.
good
Cole
plan,
walked
bro.
a few more yards to a darker area, an area where I knew some doctors went to smoke during their breaks. But since it was snowing, no one went during this time of
Oh yeah,
year.
he's done.
When he arrived, someone was waiting for the doctor. A strange, tall, muscular man with a mostly covered body seemed to be waiting for him. When the doctor
Can't see the man's
arrived,
face?
the man took off his hat
Thank
and
you.
revealed his face.
Ashton, so nice to see ya.
Yeah.
You're getting later and later. Are you fooling around with a nurse? It's getting harder and harder to get out, Joe. I'm afraid they're keeping a much closer eye on me. They might notice. Did you bring the money? Did you get the drugs? When have I failed you?
Joe? I know this man.
Oh, he's done.
I saw him on the news recently. This man is a dangerous mobster with an arrest warrant. What business could he have with Dr. Cole?
Man.
In my head, I was putting things together, but when I saw the drugs, I understood everything.
Hey, Joe, I got another complaint from some nurse today. He got his hands on your merchandise. I need you to take the job seriously next time and alter the date. You know how long that's gonna take, right? Do it, or it's over for us. We're being discovered. I say when it's over. Do you understand?
Sir, look! He's a very curious little animal.
Suddenly, a new voice sounded from behind
That's
me.
a good
My
plan
blood
to have
froze and my
somebody
body
just
was paralyzed.
roam around.
They were talking about me. Both men looked in my direction, and I turned around and saw him.
I thought he was going to
Oh,
sock him in his
great.
face.
Bring him here.
Before I could react and start running, the huge man hit my belly with an extremely strong blow, and I fell down without air,
Yeah, I knew he wasn't
dizzy.
prepared for that.
By the hair, the man pulled me to the mobster and threw me close to him.
Dang.
Robert? Do you know him? He's a new nurse, has lots of energy and asks too many questions. I'm sure he wants to save the world. Oh, that's so sweet. What were you listening to? Did the wind bring you here, butterfly?
Dang.
I don't know who you are. I just wanted to smoke a cigarette.
You sure couldn't find the pack, could ya? I seen you listening for a long time.
Is that so? Doctor, what should we do with the child? Don't ask me that question. You're the mafia boss. Do what you do best. Indeed. I guess I am the bad guy, right?
Please, don't kill me. I won't say anything.
Oh, that changes everything. Did you hear, Vinny? He won't say anything.
This ain't even a horror
It's a
story
relief,
no more.
boss. Joe, can you hurry up? People will start asking questions if we're late. Wow, the doctor doesn't like you, kid. Vinny, get the shovels out. We'll make a snowman.
Not understanding
that's some
what was
hard
going on,
mobster line.
I watched as the man started digging a hole in the snow while the mobster kicked me all over the body.
You're not gonna get up?
Crying, I could not react. I could only
Get
see the
up!
doctor staring at me helplessly as he smoked a
Bro.
cigarette. His gaze pierced my eyes, and that was all I could see. I felt pain.
You down bad
but
right
what
now,
hurt
bro.
me the most was that sideways look, watching my life being extinguished. After a few minutes, my body was so wounded that I couldn't move.
Bruh, you
The
gotta be
mobster
kidding
seemed
me.
to know this, so he just kicked my body into the snow.
Oh my
hole.
god, bro.
Laughing and joking, my body began to fill with more and more snow.
He's
as the
gonna
man
take
put
it,
the
bro.
Snow back in the hole. Minutes passed and everyone was gone. I tried to escape, but I couldn't move. My body was both sore and numb.
Yo.
I was trapped in a coffin of
How
snow,
does he get out of
feeling
this?
like I was slowly freezing to death. I could no longer breathe, and the snow felt like a gelid fire burning me slowly.
Oh my
At
god.
that moment, nothing else made sense. I didn't have to go and complain about the expired medication. I didn't have to follow the doctor.
This is
I didn't have to
morbid,
do
bro.
anything. What was the point of doing the right thing? No one was doing right by me. No one was coming to save me. It was all pain. My eyes slowly closed and I began to see a light. Was I dying?
How does he get out of this?
No, that was the light of the sun. As my eyes closed from the brightness of the sun, I saw a familiar face ahead of me. That man was a homeless person whom we let stay in the hospital.
Oh, he did get
Was
saved.
he hiding, watching everything, waiting to save me? I couldn't ask myself any more questions. I just fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was in
Yo,
a
that's a
hospital
real
ward I didn't know
hero,
about.
bro.
I was approached by a coworker who was in plain clothes, and that's when it hit me. This was not the hospital where I work. The man who rescued me had told him everything. They both thought it was a lie in case Cole asked them, but that never happened.
Dang.
He never asked about me, as I never even existed. When I recovered, I went back to my hometown to live a quiet life. Maybe someday I will denounce Mr. Cole, but even though I know I will be judged, I don't dare to do it for now. I want to enjoy my family and friends. I don't
It's
want
a horrible
to
way
die.
to live, bro. Yo, that's it. Yo, if y'all don't subscribe to this man, bro, 2 stories with bangers, bro. Oh my God. Thank you. All right, that's gonna be it for today. If y'all enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like. Go to the comment section below and let me know how you feel about the video. And if you really mess with me, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're not late to the next video. With that being said, I'm Jay Outre. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe and peace. Also, PSA, stop being curious. That's how y'all get bodied.